My career speaks for itself, so stop trying to gaslight, you idiot. So isn't that great? The guy that you had an unbelievable run with, made millions of dollars with, is now the guy pushing so much hate towards me. These radio companies, they're cheap as fuck. The people that had to write the checks, and trust me, they didn't want to write those checks. They knew how talented I was. That's the reality right there. And sadly, a lot of my stuff that I did do for the Opie and Anthony show, it was things that you didn't hear when listening to the goddamn radio show. That's one of my curses. People ask you for advice, dear God. Oh, this guy. Sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry, I have hefty-breasted radio failure. I meant to get rid of you. I apologize. My career speaks for itself, so stop trying to gaslight, you idiot. You know what's so funny? You know, Anthony has pushed all this garbage forward. I will say it every single time. If it wasn't for Anthony, I would barely have any hate in my life. So isn't that great? The guy that you had an unbelievable run with and, made millions of dollars with is now the guy pushing so much hate towards me. That's why I think he's a piece of garbage. But here, I'll give that guy, who I'm sure is quickly making a new account because I blocked him. He'll be back. You know, like these radio companies, they're cheap as fuck. And if they can keep you down, they will. If they can fire you, they will. They will find any reason to get rid of you. So year after year after year after year after year after year after year, they gave me ridiculous contracts. Know why? Because I know how to do this shit. So you can try to knock me down all you want, but the people that had to write the checks, and trust me, they didn't want to write those checks. They knew how talented I was. That's the reality right there. They don't give out really good radio contracts, even though I still think even though we did very, very well for ourselves, we were drastically underpaid. They don't just write checks like that because they think you suck. Go F yourself. You ain't going to do that to me, you dummy. I know what I did in this career. Don't let the haters get you down, Opie. You have a massive career to be proud of. Course. Of course I do. I just find it funny because they really don't know how radio works. These scumbags try to rip you off left and right. So if you truly didn't have talent, they weren't gonna cut me a big fat check. Anyone in radio would know that. And sadly, a lot of my stuff that I did do for the Opie and Anthony show will absolutely go unnoticed for the rest of my life, because it was things that you didn't hear when listening to the goddamn radio show. That's one of my curses. It's one of the things me and Brother Weeze talk about a lot. The things you have to do as the host of the show, controlling the action, the guy that has to do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, the guy that has to take on most of the fucking meetings.